We also need to create a safe space.
Do you think that is what Anurag Kashyap was doing when he met Sandeep Angareddy?
Gender to is like after birth, na? But your caste trauma is that you're born in this house. If you see this person who's really kind to you, who'll hold the door for you, but will take pride in you, that gaslighting is what many women will not even understand that they are gaslighting. Hassan was first shown to his mother.
And what was her reaction?
She was, of course, crying.
Is it the responsibility of cinema?
Art is political. Your mere existence is political. How would you deny your films to be not political? Karan Johar, you see that how much he gets trolled, but nobody talks about the good that he does. Tere Ishq mein, शादी में जा रहा है and like he's carrying and he's almost about to show it like acid. It is must be so triggering for so many people. I got triggered myself watching it. Romanticization of माँ के हाथ का खाना, मम्मी के हाथ का जो बात है ना वो नहीं यार, को समझ नहीं आता कि इतना हार्ड वर्क जाता है.
क्या हो गया भाई?
साला ये दुख का खत्म नहीं होता बे.
आज दुख का दिन नहीं, आज तो खुशी का दिन है. टुडे वी हैव नीरज घेवान, द डायरेक्टर ऑफ द इनक्रेडिबल फिल्म्स मसान एंड होमबाउंड, जिन्होंने ना सिर्फ इंडिया में अक्लेम पाई है बट इंटरनेशनल अक्लेम पाई है. आई एम सो ग्रेटफुल, सो प्रिविलेज्ड, सो ऑनर्ड टू हैव हिम ऑन द काउच.
बट व्हाई नीरज घेवान फॉर बीइंग अ मैन
यार? क्योंकि जिस तरीके से वो जेंडर को डिपिक्ट करते हैं, जिस तरीके से वो मार्जिनलाइजेशन को डिपिक्ट करते हैं, जिस तरीके से वो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं डिफरेंट कास्ट, कम्युनिटीज़, रिलीजन्स, सेक्सुअलिटीज़ को, द गेज दैट ही हैज़, आई फील इट इज़ एक्चुअली द मोस्ट मैस्कुलिन ऑफ केसेस बिकॉज इट स्टैंड्स अप फॉर दोज हु आर मार्जिनलाइज्ड. सो आई वांट टू टॉक टू हिम अबाउट दिस एंड सो मच मोर.
तो चलें शूट करें.
व्हाट आर वी वेटिंग फॉर? Welcome to Be a Mania Season 3, presented by the good folks at Rohini Nilekani Philanthropies in association with our partners Dove Men Plus Care. आज हमारे सामने एक ऐसे फिल्म मेकर, एक ऐसे कलाकार हैं जिनको मैं इतने समय से एडमायर करता हूँ. We have Neeraj Gevan with us, who is of course the phenomenal director of Homebound and मसान. और आपको शायद पता नहीं होगा कि मेरी जिंदगी का जो पहला फिल्म रिव्यू है जो मैंने हफ पोस्ट के लिए लिखा था वो मसान पर था. मसान के विकिपीडिया पर अमॉन्ग द क्रिटिक रिव्यूज मेरी भी लाइनें आती हैं. एंड टुडे इज 10 years of मसान एंड टू बी सिटिंग विद यू आफ्टर दोस 10 years, it's just such an honor, such a privilege. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you for having me over.
You are in right now on a roll. Homebound left right center awards जीत रहे हैं. I think कल भी आपने कोई अवार्ड जीता है, परसों भी जीता है. I'm sure आप अगले 2-4 दिन में भी और जीतने वाले हो. How are you feeling right now?
यार अभी तो मतलब मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि मैं बहुत खुश हूँ और बहुत ही मतलब हर जगह अवार्ड जरा मैं क्या करूँ. बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है. मैं इस बात से बहुत, ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब सिर्फ एक तबके के लोग हैं जो इनको पसंद आई है फिल्म. मतलब जैसा फ्रांस में हो, चाहे न्यूयॉर्क में हो, चाहे लंदन में हो, चाहे मुंबई में हो, चाहे लखनऊ में हो, रिएक्शन लोगों का एक ही है, तो वो एक बड़ी ऊर्जा है जो आपको देख के लगता है कि यार चलो अच्छा हो रहा है कुछ. तो मैं काफ़ी खुश हूँ और नो कंप्लेंट्स.
और आपने जिस लेवल पे एक्चुअली नॉट ओनली हैज योर फिल्म डन वेल, यू हैव टेकन इंडिया फॉरवर्ड. You know, I mean, I'm just again, I think you are doing such incredible work, sir.
Thank you.
हमारा सबसे पहला सेगमेंट होता है, इट्स कॉल्ड अनबॉक्सिंग बॉयहुड. तो एक हमारे पास बक्सा है जहाँ पर बहुत सारी चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज होती हैं. कुछ जनरल होती हैं, कुछ स्पेसिफिक होती हैं. आप प्लीज देखिए और बताइए आपको क्या याद आ रहा है.
Sure. Oh, okay then. Wow. Oh my God, you actually have this picture. You know, इसके पीछे एक स्टोरी है. I want to tell you.
Please.
बेसिकली हम लोग ऐसे ही घर में पले बड़े. हाँ, जो होमबाउंड में हम लोग दिखाते हैं
जी,
जिसमें ऐसे रूफ टाइल्स जो होती है ना, जो वैसा वाला था. तो
ये कहाँ पे था?
हैदराबाद में.
हैदराबाद.
सो आई एक्चुअली माई डैड वॉज एन एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च पर्सन. सो हम लोग का इसलिए आउटस्कर्ट्स में घर था. तो घर में ऐसा ही वो था माहौल कि पापा कब आएंगे, वो डर रहता था. तो देयर वाज दैट फियर ऑफ डैड. वी यूज्ड टू बी सो अफ्रेड कि हम लोग, पापा के आने का टाइम हो गया मतलब सब लोग बैठ जाते थे, सब काम हो गए हैं, सब लोग बुक लेके बैठ गए हैं, सब कुछ. एंड यू नो देयर इज दैट फियर टू when will he get angry? And there was also physical abuse. You know, so that was also fear. And you know, over the years I've also understood that it's not entirely their fault. Because we try to pin every fault to our parents. We also need to understand the context from where have they come from. My parents wouldn't have this progressive context, and they were purely in survival mode. And they imitated what they've seen in their house. So my father was that person and I saw my siblings getting beaten up, and I was also beaten up. You know, the more traumatic thing was to watch my sisters and my mother getting beaten up, rather than me getting beaten up. So that has had a very profound impact on my own personality. तो क्या होता था कि जब ऐसे आप डिसरेगुलेटेड एनवायरनमेंट में ग्रो होते हो, तो आपको लगता है कि सब चीज़ अच्छा कर दो, सब कुछ जब एकदम परफेक्ट होगा ना तो गाली नहीं पड़ेगी, तो मारनी पड़ेगी. यू नो, लॉट ऑफ पीपल फाइंड इट एज लाइक अ वेरी गुड ट्रेट कि आप परफेक्शनिस्ट हैं. आई एम obsessed with perfection, but that is coming from a place of trauma. Because it's coming from a place of like, if you aren't perfect, you won't be accepted. I'm not trying to mount it on a victimhood kind of thing,
No,
but
no,
just that
absolutely.
अभी मैं काफ़ी कंटेंट हूँ, काफ़ी सालों से थेरेपी की है. So I'm in a much nicer place, but it's also to acknowledge what has happened and not to like completely forget what has happened.
बिल्कुल. आपको थेरेपी के बाद समझ आया कि जो जैसे आप हैं शायद इट इज़ अ ट्रॉमा रिस्पॉन्स, या फिर आपको पहले भी समझ आता था या आ रहा था एज यू वर ग्रोइंग अप?
देखिए क्या है ना कि पहले तो बचपन में आई मीन देयर इज नो पॉइंट फॉर गेसिंग व्हाई आई एम द फोर्थ चाइल्ड.
आई वाज गोना आस्क यू दैट एक्चुअली.
Yeah, I mean,
I was
there's
gonna
no
ask you
mystery
that.
to it. Like, of
Yeah.
course, that was the reason. So ये था कि मतलब दादी मुझे फेवर करती थी. You know, my sisters also start pampering me. And मतलब माहौल ऐसा था घर पे, लेकिन फिर भी वो एक था कि भाई मतलब मेरी दादी मुझे दूध देती थी लेकिन मेरी बहनों को नहीं देती थी. I could see all of that, and my sisters would also like कभी कभी मुझे ऐसे कृष्ण बनाएंगे, फिर मुझे ये करेंगे, and you know जो मुझे पसंद हो वो बनेगा. Then I realized it was not because I was cute. It was because they also started mirroring that patriarchy and feeling that I am the special person. तो उनमें वो आया, तो ये वाली समझ मुझे बहुत धीरे धीरे आई कि भाई ये इसकी वजह ये है. एंड ऑल्सो दिस मेच्योरिटी टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट लाइक इवन आई हैड माय कन्वर्सेशन विद माय डैड. तो मैंने पापा को ये बोला कि पापा देखो, मैं आपकी बहुत इज्जत करता हूँ और मैं आपको बहुत चाहता हूँ और मैं आपके लिए सब कुछ करूँगा. एंड आई हैव एक्चुअली डन दिस. आई बिल्ट अ हाउस फॉर देम, a car, you know, all of that. Like I don't have my own house or whatever. I live in a rental house. But मुझे ये था कि उनको सब कुछ अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा, मतलब मैंने खुद डिज़ाइन किया इंटीरियर्स में वगैरह, मैंने बहुत सोच के उनको किया. मैं बोला पापा मैं आपको बहुत चाहता हूँ. एंड एट द सेम टाइम पापा आई डोंट वांट टू नॉट एक्नॉलेज दैट देयर वाज अब्यूज इन आवर हाउस.
Yeah.
यू नो, कि आपकी बेल्ट की मार पड़ती थी मुझे, या मेरी बहनों को पड़ती थी, या आपका गुस्सा. कभी कभी वायलेंस इज नॉट ओनली लाइक विद ऑब्जेक्ट्स और लाइक विद फिजिकल.
बिल्कुल
It
बिल्कुल.
also the mental violence that, you know, that atmosphere that is created, that
Bilkul.
you're living in a house which you're literally walking on eggshells all the time.
Yeah.
Because you can't even voice out. Matlab, forget.
No, no, absolutely.
And I said, that is something that has happened to me. It has shaped who I am. And I want you to acknowledge it. Then he spoke about his own childhood, how he had come through. And that gave me an understanding ki, like there's no denial that he's wrong. I'm not giving him a clean check.
Yeah.
But I'm understanding his context.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we need to do, is that we have to understand people through their context. तो ये रहा है मेरा. Sorry for a long winding answer,
नहीं
but
नहीं, this is I mean this is the show. यही हमारी बातें होती हैं. I understand what you're saying, Neeraj, क्योंकि I have also seen a lot of this in my home.
okay.
Um,
Sorry.
It's I would say जो मैंने वायलेंस देखी हमने घर पे, a lot of that violence was actually self-inflicted by my father on himself. बहुत बाद में जाकर जब मेरी खुद एंग्जाइटी शुरू हुई, मैंने खुद थेरेपी लेनी शुरू की, तब जाके मुझे समझ आया कि जो पापा what he was going through at that time was actually anxiety. उनको बहुत डिबिलिटेटिंग एंग्जाइटी रही है पूरी जिंदगी. हमको शब्द नहीं पता थे, हमारे पास वो लैंग्वेज नहीं थी, हमारे पास डायग्नोसिस नहीं थे. तो हमको तो लगता था ये सिर्फ गुस्सा है.
I'm sorry that you went through that, and you know, and also that you had the thing to understand कि जैसे मैं भी,
Yeah.
you know, like my dad now understands, and he acknowledged that he never got the maternal love. Like I genuinely had a conversation with my dad कि आप अपने बारे में बताओ, because they won't talk like that. So the easier way was to like बता, अच्छा आप कहाँ रहते थे, क्या होता था. Then he slowly opened up, you know.
आप ये बात कर पाए, you know, मैंने, and that is what I was like just thinking कि this is a conversation I have wished to have with my dad so many times over. बहुत बारी मैंने शुरू की ये बातें, but he was not comfortable to have this conversation. I think he has lived with guilt for a very long time. तो मैं उनसे बात करने की कोशिश करता था कि आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड योर कॉन्टेक्स्ट. इट इज़ इनक्रेडिबल टू मी कि आपके पापा सुन पाते हैं, आपके पापा आपसे इस बारे में बात कर पाते हैं. एंड आई रियली वांट टू गिव अ शाउट आउट टू ऑल डैड्स यू नो हु उस जनरेशन के हैं जहाँ पर शायद उनकी इतनी अवेयरनेस नहीं थी, उसके बाद भी अपने बच्चों के लिए उन्होंने. एंड आई माय मदर इज़ वेरी मच लाइक दैट, सो आई ऑलवेज रियली लाइक ह्यूज शाउट आउट टू माय मदर. शी हैज़ वर्कड सो हार्ड ऑन हरसेल्फ सो दैट हम अच्छी स्पेस में रह पाए, हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ अच्छी रह पाए. शी इज सो काइंड एंड सो कंपैशनेट. सो in my case it's been my mother, so and I'm really really grateful, and I can see that in your case at least you've been able to talk to your father about this.
No, also mother has been a pillar of support. क्योंकि जैसे घर में ऐसा माहौल था, मतलब पापा भी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड होते थे. There's a whole this angle of caste also that was attached to it, so there is also that complexity attached. So my mother would be like कि यार so I haven't finished my degree, तो मैं अपने बच्चों को तो मतलब बहुत अच्छी तालीम दूंगी, बहुत अच्छी एजुकेशन, विच इज़ द कॉमन मिडिल क्लास एंड इवन लोअर मिडिल क्लास. एंड mother's obsession becomes even higher to give you the best education. And so she started tailoring, बहुत ही छोटे स्तर पे, and slowly करते करते she opened a garment shop. Like when I was really small, my elder sister would tell me that हम लोग कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स भी बेचते थे, रेडी पे बेचते थे, ये सब भी होता था. तो she never let us, like my parents never let me know about the problems. This obsession with education that the middle class has, उसमें वो लोग मर मिट जाते हैं.
Of course.
अपने आप को उतना जला लेते हैं. तो मैं मम लाइक उनको खाना भी बनाना है और उनको शॉप भी देखना है.
Wow.
और बच्चों को भी देखना है, हमारा होमवर्क देखना है. उनको अंग्रेजी आती नहीं थी, फिर भी शी वुड डू दैट.
Wow.
एंड उस सब में लाइक इमोशनल टॉक करने का तो मौका ही नहीं है, बिकॉज आपका सर्वाइवल ही कॉन्स्टेंटली वही एम है कि सर्वाइव हो जाए किसी तरह.
बिल्कुल.
किसी तरह बच्चों को स्कूल अच्छे हो जाए, मार्क्स अच्छे आ जाएं. उसमें कि यार मैं स्कूल में बुली हो रहा हूँ, ये बोलने का चांस ही नहीं है ना. आप कैसे बोलोगे? तो आप अपने आप में ही वो हो जाते हो कि यार चलो जो बुलिंग हो रही है हम लोग सह लेते हैं.
No, I mean, thank you again. As I said, I think there is lots to understand. अभी हमारी जिंदगी के अंदर हमारी कहानी तो शायद हम लिख ही नहीं पाते. हमारी कहानी लिखी जाती है शायद before we are born, you know, in so many different contexts. But coming back to your boyhood,
yeah,
we have not
so I
even
guess
seen
there are
any
lot
of the
of
other.
interesting things.
हमने इसको शाहरुख खान को उठाया था.
नहीं मतलब
अच्छा.
इसको मैं इसको उठा रहा था क्योंकि द कैसेट, तो इसकी एक छोटी सी कहानी है. मैंने अपने घर वालों के पैसे बहुत चोरी किए हैं. मतलब सारे लोग करते हैं, मतलब पापा के पैसे उनके पॉकेट से, मम्मी के जो पैसे हैं जो बिस्तर के नीचे छुपा के रखती थी, वो चोरी करके मैं कैसेट्स और सीडीज लेता था. तो मैंने सारे
गानों.
तो मैंने सारे पिंक फ्लॉयड एल्बम्स खरीदे हैं, सारे लेड ज़ेपलिन के एल्बम्स खरीदे हैं, और इतने मतलब बहुत कलेक्शन करता था और मैं बहुत ऑब्सेस्ड था म्यूजिक के साथ. आपको कहीं ना कहीं एक एस्केप मिल रहा है फ्रॉम ऑल दिस. स्कूल में शायद आपके इतने अच्छे फ्रेंड्स नहीं है, तो आपको क्या, व्हाट इज द एस्केप? सो म्यूजिक, बुक्स, दीज आर योर places where you find yourself. The point of the story is that, so I collected so many of them.
Okay.
Now I moved out of Hyderabad and after my engineering, which was in Hyderabad, I did my MBA in Pune at SIBM.
Yeah.
And then I went on to do my corporate life, 6-7 साल. और फिर मैं बहुत मतलब 10-12-15 साल हो गए. तो मम्मी को एक बार फ़ोन किया, बताया कि मतलब हम लोग we shifted into new house or whatever. Then she said, मैंने पूछा वो सब कहाँ है मेरे से, मैंने रद्दी में दे दिया. एंड आई फील इट इज सो बिफिटिंग कि मतलब तुम्हारी जो चोरी की है तुमने, जो बेशर्मी से, जो तुम्हारे घर वाले मतलब इतना पैसा बचा के, बाकी लोगों के लिए बोलना इजी है, बट मेरे लिए इतना गिल्ट फील होता है क्योंकि you know my parents were like literally trying to save every single penny for them, and I used to steal that and buy CDs and cassettes. So I think it's befitting कि मुझे अच्छी सीख मिली उससे.
कहीं ना कहीं जितने मतलब छोटे लेवल पे वापस पैसे घर पे आ रहे दी बेचकर कुछ.
हाँ नहीं मतलब कहीं सजा मिली मुझे, मतलब मुझे सजा मिली, इसलिए मैं वो किया था.
Anything else over here?
अरे of course WWE. Yeah. इसका कलेक्ट करने का कितना ज़्यादा शौक था यार. And also a lot of it is performative.
Really? You feel so?
Yeah, it is performative. I'll tell you why. Because masculinity को लेकर ना मैं like एक अजीब सा फंडा है मुझे। एक लगता है कि जैसे बच्चा छोटा बच्चा है ना, it starts from that fact of this thing about कि masculinity is also a group and peer behavior. And इसका मैं I think maybe wanted to talk later, but I'll
Sure, please,
jump into it right now. बचपन में क्या है कि एक बहन भी आ गई है घर में, ठीक है, छोटा बच्चा है, उसकी बहन भी आ गई है. Slowly you start, it all starts with a tease. You make fun of कि ये देखो कैसे बाल बना रही है. Father laughs about it. You know, so then there is that thing about, okay, your first lesson has begun that, okay, it's been laughed about. So you make fun about a gender trait of someone. So mazak se fir it slowly becomes, it goes to another level. And also like how you see a lot of men that are also close to me also, like how we find this so benign that we talk about this spouse के बारे में jokes बनाते हैं. अरे मेरी बीवी, अरे वो तो खाना नहीं देगी, अरे वो तो, you know, this becomes a bonding point for men.
Yeah.
And women also like try to laugh it off, try to think that अच्छा नहीं ठीक है मजाक ही तो कर रहे हैं, ऐसा क्या है. Which is why I see this whole idea of like this WWE का thing जो मुझे देख के एकदम से हुआ था, इसलिए कि also it becomes this performative thing. कि जब मैं छोटा था I wanted to like, मुझे डांस बहुत पसंद था, every annual day में मेरा डांस होता था. लेकिन आपको बताया गया कि डांसिंग ये सब तो लड़कियां करती हैं. तो WWE, अरे रेजर रमोन ने क्या किया, उसने क्या किया, अंडरटेकर का ये था. सो देन यू ऑल्सो गेट इनटू दिस परफॉर्मेटिव मास्कुलिनिटी एंड दैट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ पीयर प्रेशर कि यार अगर मैं नहीं करूंगा मुझे इस पीयर ग्रुप में से मुझे निकाल दिया जाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
फिर मुझे भी बुली कर दिया जाएगा, फिर मैं इनके साथ ही बन जाऊंगा. इससे अच्छा है कि मैं इनके साथ रह के बुली करूँ.
आप तो अपने टाइम की बात कर रहे हो, मतलब when we were growing up as millennials, I see this right now in my daughter is 1 year old. हम लोग सोसाइटी में पार्क में जब जाते हैं शाम को, मैं उसको लेकर जाता हूँ एंड वॉक्स पे लड़कियां प्लेग्राउंड में मतलब अपने झुंड में खेल रही होती है.
अभी भी स्कूल्स में है ना, गर्ल्स सिट ऑन द लेफ्ट,
लड़के अलग से फुटबॉल खेल रहे होंगे. So there is, you see that literal like difference at such an early age. And ये लोगों को समझ भी नहीं आता कि this is socialization, this is conditioning. Anyway, ये तो मतलब much very vast subject. There's a lot of photos of yours that we have. अगर उसमें से कुछ, ये तो मेरी obviously बहुत latest ही photo है.
Oh no, this one I don't know how I wept like a baby here. And I think it's just 4 years of homebound. And like this is the first time it was publicly shown.
Yeah.
And like it felt like a release. I think I cried more because I was letting out so much of things that you carried, so much of shame that you put out in your film. That was personal. And what I went through with my caste shame.
Yeah.
And how I tried to hide myself. And how I tried to pass off as this Savarna person. And I thought that things would be okay, but see, it's not just about like this caste thing that I'm saying. People who cannot talk about their identities and they masquerade their lives living a different identity all their life, a huge insecurity is created. And the shame that you carry through, because you're not truly who you are, that you're expressing in public, it creates a false persona that is made out of shame. And that shame makes you insecure. The shame makes you not want to be seen and heard, at the same time desperately want to be seen and heard. So ये सारे complexities आती हैं. तो जैसे like I spoken multiple times about like even during Masan, like even Varun Grover did not.
You told, yeah.
Yeah, even he didn't know. Like much later that I opened up about caste. So that became such a thing. So I can only imagine like many people who go through many of these identity crises. And masquerading is not the answer. It creates much bigger a void than you would expect. And it's better to be like coming into your own.
Yeah. If I may ask, Neeraj, Miss Saurav Dwivedi यहाँ पर इसी सीजन में आए हैं. उन्होंने बोला था कि the first discrimination in many ways, or the first identity that you face at a very early age is gender. And they say then comes caste. But is that actually true, or is it the other way around? Which one do you feel?
Caste precedes. Caste is intergenerational. It is like how it is also happens in Black racial history. is that आपका trauma becomes genetic. It goes in your DNA. मतलब I haven't exactly faced the kind of persecution that say my father or my grandfathers felt, but a vestige of it will remain. So and also gender to is like after birth, na? But your caste trauma is that you're born in this house. So regardless of how talented you are, regardless if you're a male or a female, you are a lower caste person. And from therein starts the whole idea of like this cultural capital. You know,
Cultural capital as
in the sense कि आपको देखो जैसे say an upper caste person and a lower caste person, what happens with an upper caste person? Especially let's say, you know, as soon as you're born in this house with a privilege that you are from the upper caste. Okay? मतलब एक ब्राह्मण इतना गरीब होगा लेकिन उसको वो कहीं भिक्षा मांगने जाएंगे तो उनको पैर छू के उनको चावल देंगे, उनको पैसे देंगे.
correct.
Okay, so when you're born, you can proudly say your name out loud and you're born with confidence. And confidence is so big, a cultural capital, that not many people talk about it. That is innate sense of confidence that you get without having to do anything. You are just literally born, but you have born with confidence. But people from the lower caste or any other marginalized identity per se, what happens is when you're born, it's like you're so afraid to even you say your name. You're avoiding mainstream spaces. You're not trying to have food in the college canteen. You will go out and eat because you're afraid that your food habits may dictate something. Or you will be afraid that what if someone clocks me and they realize who I am? Like I was afraid that during my engineering or anywhere people were to identify. तो वो देख रहे हो ना how confidence creates this. Now you were born with confidence. You will know that अरे मैं तो ठाकुर हूँ, मुझे कौन रोकेगा? I will go walk past. You're imitating also what
Correct,
you've
correct.
seen
बिल्कुल,
and
बिल्कुल,
heard.
बिल्कुल.
So that's why I say that, you know, how this is a larger conversation about like reservation also, like how it is not about like the argument of merit, is that India में specifically, a lot of it is linked to how where you're born. And आपका एक तो फिर कल्चरल कैपिटल भी होगा और सोशल कैपिटल भी होगा. सोशल कैपिटल में आपके इतने सारे कनेक्शंस हैं. हमारे वो ताया जी हैं, वो IIT में हैं, उनसे बात करते हैं. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, आपका कोई नेटवर्क ही नहीं, बिकॉज आपका सर्वाइवल मेन इंस्टिंक्ट है. जैसे मेरे घर में एट दैट टाइम इट वाज ओनली सर्वाइवल दैट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट. So when there are no people around in like mainstream spaces or in colleges, in academia, in all of these spaces, so who would we call to say that हमारे बच्चे का एडमिशन है, can you help? You don't have that. So equity is not linked to alone कि भाई मैंने इतना अपने आप से किया. नहीं, अपने आप से नहीं किया आपने.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
आपको ये सहूलियत मिली है दोस्त कि आपके पेरेंट्स ने वो सहूलियत दी कि आप इस पहले इस परिवार में पैदा हुए हैं, फिर आपको हर जगह वो मिला है और आपको छूट दी गई है हर जगह. तो इसको आप ये इक्वेट नहीं कर सकते कि मैंने मेरी पूरी अपनी बदौलत ही क्रिएट किया है.
सेल्फ मेड वाला जो आइडिया है.
Self-made is such a myth.
I know.
You know, and for us, our traumas is fueling our impetus, our passion.
Yeah.
Whereas for you, it is your cultural capital and your social capital that is driving you into places. Film में ही देख लो निखिल, like I'm telling you, there's a French philosopher who talks about cultural capital, and there's a whole hegemony of taste.
I was going to ask you.
तो
about that.
वो taste का एक इतना बड़ा colonization है कि आपको लगता है कि आपका taste डेवलप किया आपने. नहीं, आपको सहूलियत थी ना, आपके घर पे वो था. तो यहाँ पे आप पढ़े लिखे हैं, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट बिकॉज दे डिडंट हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ पेरेंटेज, दे डिडंट हैव अ नेटवर्क टू टेल देम कि भाई ये मोने की पेंटिंग, मोने है ये, यू नो, ये इनकी पेंटिंग है, या ये किताब ये है, या ये है. ये नहीं था ना. एंड नॉट जस्ट अबाउट लाइक रीडिंग व्हाटएवर, इट्स आल्सो अबाउट कम्युनिकेशन. आपकी अंग्रेजी अच्छी होगी, आप बहुत अच्छी एक्सेंट के साथ बात कर सकते हो, लेकिन वही आप, क्योंकि आप यू आर बोर्न विद नो कॉन्फिडेंस, सो यू विल थिंक 100 टाइम्स शुड आई गो एंड अकॉस्ट दिस डायरेक्टर और नॉट. आई एम नॉट वर्दी इनफ. I'm not worthy enough. That question comes and lingers so much that you take a step back.
Thank you for, and I know I'm sure you've had to explain this over and over again, but I feel like जब तक ये बातें unfortunately over and over again नहीं होती, तब तक ये बातें लोगों को समझ भी नहीं आएंगी. तो जितनी बारी ये बातें हो रही हैं उतना अच्छा है, जहाँ जहाँ हो रही हैं उतना अच्छा है, जिस जिस प्लेटफॉर्म पे हो रही हैं उतना अच्छा है, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर पीपल हु आर इनहेरेंटली कास्टिस्ट, तो वो तो मैं डिनाई भी नहीं करूँगा, बट देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आई जेन्युइनली फील आर वेल मीनिंग बट इग्नोरेंट। ना उनको कभी एक्सपोजर दिया गया, ना वो एक्सपोज्ड हुए हैं आउटसाइड ऑफ द बबल ऑफ प्रिविलेज दैट दे लिव इन। यू नो, आई वुड से आई वाज वन ऑफ देम, नीरज। मैं वी वर आल्सो ग्रो अप इन अ लोअर मिडिल क्लास एनवायरनमेंट फ्रॉम द व्हेन वी वर आई वाज मच यंगर, बट मुझे अभी भी याद है जब मैं फील्ड पे जाता था ग्राउंड पे खेलने के लिए, माय फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कास्ट हैज कम थ्रू देयर, वेयर देयर आर बॉयज हु वुड कम टू मी एंड से उसके साथ मत खेल। यू नो, लाइक क्यों? क्योंकि अरे उसके पापा एससी हैं। And I would not understand, मतलब again that is my ignorance. Because again as they say कि अगर आपकी कास्ट अपर कास्ट है तो आपको शायद पता भी नहीं कास्ट होती है। So I would just not understand ये क्यों, मतलब where is, क्यों नहीं, मतलब इसका क्या मतलब है? How does that matter? I like that guy. I want to play with him. मुझे बहुत बाद में जाकर जब मुझे समझ आने लगी ना चीजें, तब ये मुझे इंस्टेंसेस याद आने लगे कि यार मुझे भी बोला गया था, किसी बच्चे ने ही बोला था, ये भी नहीं मेरे पेरेंट्स ने बोला कि उधर मत जाओ, किसी बच्चे ने बोला है कि यार उसके घर पे मत जाओ, उसको नहीं बुलाएंगे, उसके साथ मत खेलो।
अभी भी हो रहा है कंटेम्प्रेरी प्लेसेस में। मतलब माय एमबीए के टाइम पे आई हैव हैड दिस एपिसोड वेयर माय बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स इन एमबीए एंड दिस इज लाइक अ one of the top 10 B schools in India.
Yeah, of course.
And we are studying, like we were squeezed into एक दोस्त के घर पे, and मेरे खुद के बेस्ट फ्रेंड ने बोला है कि अरे यार हमको यहाँ बिठा दे, हम लोग कैसी हैं, and I had to laugh it off.
Wow.
And पता है लेकिन like I feel कि you know this overtly casteist people, or in the sense like if you talk about masculinity also, they are not that bigger problem. You know, your protein shake Brozef is not the problem.
Okay.
You know, it's actually the more sinister, the more problematic are the ones who are very internalized, who behave like gentlemen, who have this persona of charity.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
So the most sinister form is that where it comes with this idea of protection and dignity. It has
Please
also-
explain protection.
Yeah, so जैसे होता क्या है कि couple is going and this one guy is maybe making a pass. So the spouse, the male will like अरे तू कैसे बोला उसको, घूंसे लात मारेगा, खून निकाल देगा उसका। क्योंकि ऐसे अरे I wanted to protect you baby. So this idea of I'm going to protect you, I'm the provider, I'm the breadwinner, I am this thing, so I need to also protect you. And pride. You know, this protection also sometimes becomes this pride. हमारे घर की शान है हमारी बहू, मजाल है हमारी बहू कभी घूंघट नीचे करके जाती है बाहर, तो ये हमारी प्राइड है. सो women are also gaslit into believing that I am the pride, ergo I need to also do this घूंघट. And then this pride also comes in the form of कि भाई इतने 3 मर्द है घर में, बहू थोड़ी काम करने जाएगी. So that is also considered as like how could she do that? You know, मतलब you're gaslighting them into saying कि out of respect we're saying this, out of pride we're saying that how can we allow you to work? There are 3 men will कभी-कभी chivalry भी थोड़ी टॉक्सिक हो जाती है.
नहीं बिल्कुल.
तो ये
आप ओनस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बर्डन औरत पे डाल रहे हो एंड यू पुटिंग हर ऑन अ पेडेस्टल सो दैट यू एक्चुअली गेट द आपको सेटिस्फैक्शन मिले कि मैंने तो अपना काम कर दिया है, मैंने तो उनको डाल दिया पेडेस्टल पे, अब मेरा काम और कुछ नहीं है.
करेक्ट. एंड यही देखो ना, अब जैसे एक वही जैसे ने बोला था कि जिस क्लासिक एग्रो माचो जिम्ब्रो, तो उसको तो देख के चलो औरत को समझ आएगा, चलो ठीक है ये इसको हटाओ, उसको एंड्रयू टेट की प्रोजेनी है तो इसको दूर रखो. बट इफ यू सी दिस पर्सन हु इज रियली काइंड टू यू, हु इज वेरी जेंटलमैनली, who will hold the door for you, who will pull the chair for you when you're about to sit, but will take pride in you. That gaslighting is what many women will not even understand that they are gaslit. They are becoming property.
तुम्हें काम करने की क्या जरूरत है?
काम करने की क्या जरूरत है? मैं हूं ना, I'll take care of you baby. I will take care of your needs.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to provide for you.
Yeah.
There's a accepted known scientific fact that the woman in the house needs the most amount of nutrition. Okay, because you're childbearing, you're taking care of, and you're doing the most amount of the work in the house. But you know what patriarchy does is that it wants to rob you of that privilege. So what would you say? यू शो दैट कि बहू जो है 2 रोटी बच्चे को दे रही है, सबको दे रही है, हस्बैंड एक और रोटी मारता है दे देती है, और वो चुपके से अपनी आधी रोटी बची रहती है, आधी रोटी रखती है। नहीं नहीं मैं तो ठीक हूँ। What have you said? Oh wow, what a sacrificial woman. आप तो देवी हैं। What have you done? You've deified her. That is the best gaslighting. आप तो देवी समान है that you sacrifice for your kids. Why should she? She needs the most amount of nutrition. तो ये बात मैं अभी अपने and you know what it goes by imitation. Like my mother used to do this, and my sisters have started to
Same,
do
मेरी
that.
same,
Yeah.
exactly same, but go on.
My sisters have started doing that and tell them that, you know, do you realize that you guys don't need to do this? Like, खाना बहुत अच्छा बनाएंगे, लेकिन कल का खाना कौन, उसका क्या करें, उसका तल देते चावल,
खाएंगे।
and I'll have it. You guys don't have it. Why? Everybody should have it. And women believe that कि उनका काम है to sacrifice for the family, to काम. So this and it becomes so ingrained that it becomes their virtue. They believe it's their virtue. They forget that it started from a place of being gaslit.
मैं अभी भी, नीरज आपको पता नहीं है, मेरी मासी और मेरी मदर अभी मेरे पास में रहते हैं, और अभी भी मतलब दे आर स्टिल इन दैट प्लेस कि जहाँ पर ना मतलब कोई ऑलमोस्ट सूखी रोटी खाते हैं एंड में, दिन में सब मतलब सबको खाना दे दे। मैं इतना समझा चुका हूँ, व्हाई कांट यू मेक द फूड
Yeah.
एंड देन लेट्स सिट टुगेदर एंड ईट।
Yeah.
मम्मा मैं काम जब बाहर जाता हूँ, मैं घर आता हूँ, आई एक्चुअली वॉन्ट टू व्हाट आई नीड एक्चुअली इज योर कंपनी। मुझे आपका टाइम चाहिए, मुझे आपके साथ बैठना है, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि आपके साथ दिन में क्या हुआ, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ मेरे साथ दिन में क्या हुआ। अगर आप अभी भी किचन में, जब मैं आ रहा हूँ गर्म रोटी के चक्कर में आप किचन में खड़े रहोगे, द टाइम वी आर सपोज्ड टू स्पेंड टुगेदर यू हैव एक्चुअली स्पेंट इट जस्ट स्टैंडिंग इन द किचन।
हम लोग भी इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं थोड़े। मैं बताता हूँ क्योंकि एक तो दिस रोमांटिसाइजेशन ऑफ माँ के हाथ का खाना,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
एंड इट बिकम्स अ पीक व्हेन यू सी फेस्टिवल्स कि बोलेंगे अरे मिश्रा साहब के घर पे जो पराठे बनते हैं, जो छोली पूरी बनती है, उनके यहाँ की गुजिया सबसे बेस्ट है। मिश्रा साहब क्या करेंगे, अरे आ जाओ खा लेंगे। ये नहीं सोचा है कि उसको बनाने में, गुजिया बनाना इज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट। ओके, इट्स इनसेनली डिफिकल्ट, लेकिन वो बुला लेंगे, 5 लोग बुलाएंगे। सो त्योहार इज सच अ बिग पेट्रियार्कल, वो मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि द ऑनस इज ऑन विमेन टू मेक दैट। एंड आपको समझ नहीं आता कि इतना हार्डवर्क जाता है। एंड ऑल्सो लाइक यू नो देयर आर सो मेनी मेन हु टेक प्राइड कि यार मेरी मम्मी, मैं जितने बजे भी जाऊँ मेरे लिए गर्म खाना बनाएगी।
बिल्कुल
वो प्यार है माँ का, वो प्यार नहीं है यार।
बिल्कुल।
यू नो वो कुछ और है, उसको समझने की कोशिश करो।
नहीं तो मैंने द ब्रेक दैट आई फाउंड टू दिस, जो बहुत ही, क्योंकि मैं मम्मा से मैंने इतना, आई एम टेलिंग यू, मेरा वो भी बहुत मेरे को थेरेपी लगी है, क्योंकि मेरे अंदर का जो बड़े एक बार ही मुझे फेमिनिस्ट मूवमेंट के में समझ आने लगा, तो मेरा ये है कि मैं अपनी माँ को चेंज करूंगा। बट जो भी है, आई मीन यू नो शी इज हर
उसका
ओन
मैंने
इंडिविजुअल।
अपनी तरीके से एक निचोड़ निकाला है कि because a lot of patriarchy and a lot of these masculinity is centered around food. You know, the starting point should also be to break this taboo around food.
Correct.
How food is so gendered, right? तो खाना बनाना, you know, आप ये भी देखो, इसमें भी like a lot of people take pride कि अरे मैं बनाता हूँ ना खाना, देखो मैंने चाय बनाई आज।
ऑफ
Oh,
कोर्स
wow.
ऑफ कोर्स।
और आपने घर में आज चलो बिरयानी बनाई, लेकिन आपने प्याज किससे कटवाया? आपको प्याज काटना नहीं आता है। आपने प्याज तो मम्मी से कटवाया, अपनी वाइफ से कटवाया ना। आपने मसाला किससे पिसवाया? आपको अंदाजा कितना था किसका? वो ईयर्स ऑफ, आप बोलोगे कि फॉर ईयर्स दे वर्कड ऑन इट एंड यू सडनली से दैट आई हैव सीन अ यूट्यूब रेसिपी एंड क्रैक्ड इट। नो, इट इज नॉट दैट इजी। तो ये चीज़ जो है ना कि अबाउट लाइक फूड को लेके जो कॉलोनाइजेशन, तो उसको ब्रेक करने के लिए व्हाट आई हैव डन इज दैट आई हैव कॉन्शियसली मेड एफर्ट टू से, अगर मेरे को मम्मी के हाथ की बिरयानी बहुत पसंद है, आई हैव लर्नड इट and I make it because I don't want to rely on my मेरी घर के हाथ का खाना, because I want to make that and give it to her. And like the biggest thing that I've seen is now अचार is a cultural symbol. हर घर के अचार की कहानी होती है ना, कि और एक ये मुझे लगता है कि ये हमारी लास्ट जनरेशन जो अचार टेस्ट करने वाली है, जो एक कल्चरल पीस ऑफ वो है, वो लुप्त होने वाला है, क्योंकि हमारी जनरेशन को नहीं आ रहा है।
Agreed.
We all are relying on mothers and grandmothers to make it.
Agreed.
And that cultural symbol is going to die down. ये धारणा बन गई कि मम्मी ही बनाएगी या दादी माँ बनाएगी. So I have done this thing where I have learned how to make अचार. And मैंने आम का अचार बनाया.
How was it?
It was very good. Surprisingly. And मैंने बहुत लोगों को बांटा. And I wanted to, मैंने बांटा इसी उससे कि men can make अचार.
Beautiful.
You know, why is this whole thing कि हमारी मम्मी दादी ही बनाएंगी. Like मम्मी के हाथ का जो बात है ना वो नहीं यार.
Yeah.
मतलब वो कितना तुम उसको प्रेशर दोगे तो.
Yeah. नहीं तो मेरे केस में जब बाहर जाता था, जब मम्मा वहाँ होती थी, एंड आई वुड से कि आई डोंट केयर अबाउट द फूड, आई जस्ट वांट टू स्पेंड टाइम विद यू, तो मम्मा फिर भी नहीं निकलती थी. उनका फिर एक बार उन्होंने बैठ के मुझे बोला कि देखिए मुझे और पूरी जिंदगी मेरा एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ लव रहा है ये खाना बनाना तुम्हारे लिए. अगर मैं ये नहीं करूँगी तो मुझे खुद नहीं पता मैं तुम्हारे लिए और क्या कर सकती हूँ टू शो यू दैट आई कैन बी.
also valid.
I know.
It's also valid.
Of course, you know.
we can't be woke and say कि चलो नहीं, but
वही है.
But I know ये इसका जैसे मैं जूस बनाया था तब भी उसमें of course this monopoly of spaces का भी था कि मेल स्पेस फीमेल स्पेस किचन ये वो है. हाँ उसकी हमने काफी सारी बात भी की. I think it's very evident in the short film also.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I while making it occurred to me
Wonderful film.
was that how your architecture also patriarchal. Now come to think of it, any Indian classic household, you'll see that like the West, we don't have central air. तो आपके किचन सबसे छोटा जो रूम होगा वो किचन होगा. ठीक है, उसमें विंडो भी सबसे छोटा होगा. ये किसी ने सोचा नहीं कि वहाँ पे फैन कैसे लगाया जाए. अगर आप गैस सामने हैं आप फैन ऐसे लगा सकते हो. All of these things are never there. There is absolutely no ventilation. Because there's never, in architecture, there's never been, Indian architecture per se, there's never been the care to think about women because that is a space that they inhabit so much.
There's a wonderful book called Invisible Women. I don't know if you've read it, but literally the entire book is about the architecture of spaces. One of my favorite books to give to men. पढ़ो. बहुत ही ब्रिलियंट है. मैं आपको भी बता बहुत you especially as a sensitive man are going to it's going to blow your mind. Anyway, so coming to the other point that you were also talking about the kitchen, right? जैसे मुझे दो चीज़ें मैं बताऊंगा कि what I kind of एक जो मैंने सॉल्व निकाला था कि मम्मा नहीं निकलती किचन, उनके चलो सेंटिमेंटल इमोशनल रीजन है इसका अभी इस समय, एंड आई कांट ऑल्सो अपनी फिलोसफीज अपने वोकनेस अपने अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रोग्रेस आई कांट रियली जस्ट थोप ऑन. तो फिर मैंने कहा कि what can I do? I can also, A, of course, you know, every once in a while I help her in the cooking. And then B, when she says कि मुझे ये बनाना है तुम यहाँ मत आओ वहाँ मत आओ, तो मैं फिर उनके साथ जाके बैठ जाता हूँ. So instead of her, I'm telling her आप चेयर निकाल के बाहर आओ, मैं चेयर लेकर किचन के अंदर जाके बैठता था. अगर मम्मा कुछ बना रही है उनके साथ बैठकर फिर I was, you know, getting to talk to her there कि अब बताओ कैसा था आपका दिन, मैं बताता हूँ आपको मेरा कैसा रहा हफ्ता वगैरह वगैरह. सो एटलीस्ट इफ शी कांट कम इनटू दैट अदर स्पेस, यू गो इनटू दैट स्पेस. सिमिलरली जैसे आपने बात की ना कि किचन के डिजाइन के अंदर एक और चीज़, जैसे हमारे घर पे ना मैं हर बार जाता था छुट्टी पर, मम्मा कहती थी, मैं दोपहर को मम्मा हमेशा बना रही होती थी, एंड देन बाय द टाइम शी'd फिनिश फूड, उनके फेवरेट सीरियल्स जब एक ज़माने में एकता कपूर के सीरियल्स 1 से 2 तो वो उस टाइम तक खत्म हो जा चुके होते थे, एंड शी'd just be like अरे शी'd स्विच ऑन द टीवी, खत्म, स्विच ऑन द टीवी, खत्म. अरे यार मुझे सिर्फ 15 मिनट देखने को मिला, 20 मिनट देखने को मिला, 10 मिनट देखने को मिला. एंड आई वाज जस्ट लाइक, एंड फॉर्चुनेटली वी हैड अ किचन व्हिच हैड अ लिटिल बिट मोर स्पेस. आई वाज लाइक one day I just went to the, you know, electronic store and got a TV for the kitchen. I was like, आपको वहाँ जाने की क्या जरूरत है, यहाँ पर देखते रहो ना बनाते बनाते, simple. And since then our house has had 2 televisions, one for the kitchen, so when she's there at least she's not missing out on her shows. These are bare minimum things. I'm not even saying यार ये बहुत बड़ी चीजें हैं, but इतना तो हमको करना पड़ेगा यार. as men, if we can't do this much, क्या फायदा है फिर हमारा? Incremental change is important.
How I go about it is that like now my sisters have started to imitate me, na?
Yeah.
My elder sister, she loves cooking, so she has to cook something for me. It's like, okay, fine, but you have to tell me what I want, you want, then I'll cook something. So it has to be a quid pro quo.
Sweet.
So it can't be just like you cook for me, I also cook for you.
आप मुझे बताओ ये आपके अंदर जेंडर सेंसिटिविटी कहाँ से आनी शुरू हुई? You know, as a again when you grow up in patriarchal environment, especially with the kind of again आपने जैसे कॉन्टेक्स्ट बताया अपने घर का, कैसे आपको पता चला कि यार दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई शुड बी डूइंग एज अ बॉय? आई एम आस्किंग ऑल्सो दिस क्वेश्चन जब फर्स्ट सीजन के अंदर विकी से मैंने पूछा था हु हैज portrays women the most sensitively on screen, उन्होंने आपका नाम दिया था. Men very sensitively.
Hasan was first shown to his mother.
Oh really?
Before him.
Wow.
I mean, of course, the father also came along, but I wanted his mother to see it first.
And what was her reaction?
She was, of course, crying. बट हाँ, सॉरी, योर क्वेश्चन वाज अबाउट
कि आपके अंदर वो सेंसिटिविटी, जेंडर सेंसिटिविटी
नहीं,
कहाँ
वही
से आई?
जैसे, लेकिन लाइक मेरा भी फेमिनिज्म जो है पर्सनल है. लाइक आई रिमेम्बर माय एल्डर सिस्टर, शी यूज्ड टू लाइक बस स्टॉप से घर तक आती थी चल के, तो somebody would follow her. तो my dad would be pissed off at her and he would sometimes slap her that who's that boy? It's not her fault at all. तो ये सब चीज़ें ना जैसे बड़ा हुआ ना तो एकदम से सारी चीज़ें आने लग गई. It's a reaction, I would say it's my lashing against the indirect patriarchy that I've because देखो हम, you know, patriarchy is not only about women. We need to understand this. Even men suffer through patriarchy.
Of course.
Because like if I'm seeing my dad hit my sister or my mother, it creates a huge void in me. And you know, masculinity का ना मतलब ये चीज़ जो है ना, it's not just about like physical violence ये वो. Nobody talks about the larger malaise that it's bringing is the associated feelings. If you are vulnerable, that's not masculine enough. If your kindness is a no-no in masculinity, accountability, apology, ये सारी चीजें associated उसमें आ गई हैं अभी. And that's why my problem with masculinity is that you have associated all of these traits, you have gendered them, and that's the smart way of patriarchy, that you gender everything when you don't want it.
You know, the reason I was also asking you आपको gender sensitivity क्यों आई? Because the question that I struggle most to answer, why do you give up privilege? Why should one who has privilege give up privilege? Yes, men are also oppressed by patriarchy. Having said that, of course, we benefit also primarily from it. And वो benefit बहुत लोग नहीं give up कर पाते और करना भी नहीं चाहते, और उनका यही question आजकल जो popular हो गया कि मैं क्यों दूं अपने rights, क्यों दूं मैं अपनी power, जब मुझे तो बहुत पसंद है, मुझे तो it's benefiting me, I'm enjoying this, why should I give it up?
We also need to create a safe space
बिल्कुल.
because they are threatened by this space. It's not that you are threatened by this space, they are also mutually threatened by your space. Because they consider you to be wrong, na? They consider you to be a weakling. So that is also not a safe space for them. So you need to create a safe space.
Wow. Empathy
That's
भी
the
कहीं-
thing ना, मतलब क्या करें? Because like if you want reform, it also has to be cumulative. And empaths के लिए तो naturally आ जाता है वो. जब नहीं चाहते हुए भी घुस जाते हो. You read a room, you read a person's reaction and you know that they is going to something.
मुझे बहुत ही एक ना, I know we've been having such a serious conversation, such a deep conversation, but मुझे इतना कीड़ा question आ रहा है दिमाग में. अब I'm just going to ask you because it's about someone who we have a common love and connection with. This is going to be a really random question, I'm warning you.
Okay.
Do you think that is what Anurag Kashyap was doing when he met Sandeep Angareddy? Do you think he was getting him into this space to be able to change him?
I don't think so. I think it's more of curiosity. Anurag has always been curious about like कि भाई, and also I think he comes from non-judgmental space. So like I think वो ऐसा
I
है.
love him too, but
I hear what you're saying, like in the sense कि no, I don't think it's that.
I know
mean,
you
it could be possible. I mean, I actually have done something similar, where I'm some certain person that I strongly disagree with, who I despise their values. That's what I've done. I've tried to find a common ground first.
I've been trying to get him to do this show. I've known him since literally I think my first 8 months in Bombay. मैं उनको मतलब almost अभी 19 साल से जानता हूँ, और हमारी bonding उसी time से हो गई थी. And over the years, of course, he's been like, we've had initially up and down, but उसके बाद we've consistently had a lot of love for each other. But I did see that आपने और वरुण ने दोनों ने इनको call out किया था जब we met.
No, that's our relationship. That's exactly how me and Anurag are. Like we've always had this equation where like हमारी तो फिल्म किसी फिल्म को लेके हाथापाई भी हो रही थी कि how could you say this? No, this film meant this. No, this director's eye. इस पे हमारे ऐसे चिल्ला के झगड़े हुए हैं. So we are passionately like we argue, and like you know, it is there that thing. And I think that's the beauty of Anurag also, has been like he's always created spaces where, like I said, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And that is not disrespect. You actually can respect someone by offering your utmost honesty.
No, and I find it very admirable उस टाइम पर कि आपने और वरुण ने दोनों ने उस पे कमेंट मारा publicly. You could have also privately messaged him and said, ये क्या कर रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो? Why did you think it was important to do this publicly? Why did you think it was important to tell him that you disagree with this person's views and you are not happy that, you know, he's given him this platform on his page?
It was purely instinctive. But, and also I feel that, क्या होता है कि this association that forms, it was also to maybe let others also to realize कि something like this can be called, like you can, it's okay to maybe point out something problematic in your own peer group.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it crosses a certain line, it could also, like not crossing a certain line, it's just that it could set an example that you can do this publicly. And like, I know that he would take it in his stride. And we later had lunch together. Me, Varun, all of us, I'm sure
Yeah.
he must have told you about it.
No, I haven't spoken to him.
So we had a chat about it later. And like we...
क्या बोला
that's-
उसने?
No, the same thing. Like, you know, I wanted to understand him and, you know, like we had, like like I said again, we agreed to disagree.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. That is what it should be, and that's how it should be. So I think it was to publicly ये बोलना भी ऐसा था क्योंकि we are also in public eye. We are also in a certain position that we end up setting up examples. So maybe it's our somewhere becomes moral responsibility, but also there is no right and wrong, I guess.
You know, for me also the question, because I was coming to the final segment of this, which is the film segment, कि आपको as a sensitive filmmaker, as someone who's made such beautiful film, what do you make of where as an industry, as a sensitive filmmaker, seeing violence and hypermasculinity on screen, you know, how do you make sense of ये है, हमारा cinema, हमारा art, you know, is going into that direction, and you have to, what gives you hope or what pushes you on, you know, to continue doing the work you do when you know यही तो चल रहा है, यही लोग देख रहे हैं.
You know, there's a quote that actually was the philosophical quote, context for Homebound. I used to write this quote on every draft, everything that I've written for the film. And it's a quote by Rilke.
Okay.
It says, let everything happen to you. Beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. So this like really keeps me going. Because there has to be terror where there's beauty. And it has to be there. And it is disheartening, genuinely, to see, you know, there's a larger malaise that we need to talk about in the fallout with the toxic masculinity. What's happening is that it's spreading into various things. Like, we used to think earlier that Manosphere was part of 4chan or Reddit, but now it's grown into like podcasts, and it has become so much part of Indian households as well, and how children are also conditioned into these things because they have access to internet 24/7. The larger malaise that I'm saying is that how associated feelings are gendered because of this, and how that creates a problem. Now, for instance, like justice is not a masculine emotion anymore. Unless I do an extrajudicial killing, unless I do a vigilante justice, unless a rape victim goes and castrates that man, it's not called justice anymore. So these are vestiges of the fallout that's happening, we are seeing. So kindness is become a weak thing. Men of Homebound are not celebrated. And also it's a reflection of society because I've been dreading this for quite some time, and I feel that there is a violent streak in us. The response to everything has become violent. Not physically violent, but there's a violent tendency towards anything.
Yeah.
Altercation or like everything is a defense, everything is shaming, everything is a mob behavior. तो इतने सारे फॉलोआउट्स हो रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हो कि मतलब कि सिनेमा में आप देखते हैं कि जब तक वो पब्लिकली लिंच नहीं होता है एक रेपिस्ट, तब तक वो माना नहीं जाता कि वो सही है. एंड इसको इतना ग्लोरीफाई करके बता रहे हैं हम लोग. आई मीन वी लिटरली हैड अ फिल्म कॉल्ड अब तक 56, एंड देयर इज वैलर इन कॉलिंग कि दिस मेनी एनकाउंटर्स. We're not showing it as negative trait. I'm genuinely concerned in which direction are we shaping men towards. So much so that the women also have to, in order to survive, to imitate that behavior. that even you have to get into superhero action,
बिल्कुल
not just that superhero action, but also like a violent streak in you. कि जब तक ये 4 थप्पड़ नहीं लगाएगी, जब तक ये इसको मार नहीं देगी, तब तक इसको मजा चखाएगी, तभी मजा आएगा. बट वो अगर तसल्ली से बात करके जब पुलिस स्टेशन में जाकर रिपोर्ट लगेगी, वो नहीं मजा आएगा. वो नहीं है अभी. एंड us as cinema are responsible. We can't wash away from the responsibility. Because yeah, I mean, you imitate society, but it's a cyclical thing. It's like art imitates reality, reality imitates art. ये हो रहा है. And हमारा ये है कि यार we should stop and rethink and reevaluate which direction are we going. Maybe अभी जैसे commercials में I would say Piku is one of my favorite films, or like Kapoor and Sons, but nobody will watch those films now.
really
I don't know. I mean, they'll watch it, but do you really think that they'll be box office success?
or they'll be made at this point of time. For that matter, Masan, can it be made
Masan
today?
can't be at all. So I'm just saying कि that we need to collectively take a beat and like realize कि यार just because there's this box office success and it's so capitalist driven,
But
I
I'm,
cannot believe that people will not feel the responsibility of having to make Kerala Story 2. It is
I was
appalling to see that there is no accountability and you just purely capitalistic intended.
I also want to ask you, नीरज, कि अभी भी बहुत सारे लोग हैं you know इन मेरे ही कॉन्वर्सेशंस के अंदर, राउंड टेबल्स के अंदर, देयर हैव बीन फोक्स, यू नो, जयदीप सर ने बोला है एक कॉन्वर्सेशन के अंदर कि इट इज़ नॉट द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ सिनेमा टू बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर हाउ वे सोसाइटी इज गोइंग. ये आप प्रेशर सिनेमा पे मत डालो, यू नो, कि हमारी कंट्री में महाभारत है, रामायण है, अगर उसको सुनकर सोसाइटी बेटर नहीं हो रही, बेहतर नहीं हो रही, तो आप सिनेमा पे ही क्यों रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी डाल रहे हो कि इनको करना पड़ेगा बेटर. And for that matter, I'm going to also personally ask you, given that, so A, of course, I want to ask you, is it the responsibility of cinema? Should cinema...
I think yes or no. I kind of agree with him in the sense that we don't hold, first of all, we don't hold the moral fulcrum. We don't hold the moral responsibility to do this. But yeah, but then art is political.
My point exactly.
I feel that as Indians, our mere existence is political.
बिल्कुल.
मतलब तुम कहाँ पैदा हुए, तुम्हारी कास्ट क्या है, तुम्हारी रिलीजन क्या है, तुम्हारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट कौन सा है, पढ़ाई की कि नहीं की है, तालुका कौन सा है. All of these questions are linked to the state. Your mere existence is political. How would you deny your films to be not political? Even, I would say, even a Rajshri Productions film is also political. In that sense, it talks about how spaces are gendered, right? लेकिन ये भी चीज़ है कि जो मैं खुद भी अपने आप से जूझता रहता हूँ कि यार आई एम फंडामेंटली एन आर्टिस्ट. तो मैंने ये आई एम नॉट एन एक्टिविस्ट. ओके, सो आई रियलाइज दैट कि मतलब मैं हर बार कोई दलित कॉज लेकर कोई फिल्म नहीं बनाऊंगा, मैं कोई फेमिनिस्ट कॉज को भी लेके बनाऊंगा, मैं कोई सेक्सुअलिटी को लेके बनाऊंगा, मैं पावर को लेके बनाऊंगा, क्लास को लेके बनाऊंगा, बहुत सी चीज़ें लेके बनाऊंगा. सो आई वांट टू बी नोन एज एन आर्टिस्ट. माय फंडामेंटल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज आर्ट, बट I can't misrepresent. मैं बोलूँ कि that is our responsibility not to misrepresent. मतलब ये तो हमारी जिम्मेदारी है ना. अब जैसे मिसाल का मैं तुम्हें छोटा एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि जैसे हम लोग कर रहे थे तो एक सीन था जिसमें वो लड़का था, उसने बोला कि उसने कुछ तो एक अजीब सा लाइन बोला था कि अरे देखो वो कट्टो माल है एकदम. एंड मी एंड वरुण एट द सेम टाइम वेंट एंड टोल्ड हिम एंड वी लिटरली सेड द सेम वर्ड्स, ये मत बोलना. Because, you know, like you need to have that thing कि यार then you are just a capitalist, na? Cinema brings changes. No matter how much we want to deny it. Like, not change, like I'm saying, it influences society for sure. It may not change it, but it influences for sure. So there will be these things where somebody may get wrongly conditioned. अभी जैसे recently that famous foreign film, that car accident किया था लड़के ने, and he came out and started yelling another round. Do you know this episode?
हाँ, yes,
Yeah.
yes, the viral video. Yeah.
Yeah, so you are
Yeah.
getting influenced by films, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these films,
Yeah.
people have been influenced by toxic films and have lynched people.
Yeah.
तो आप ये deny नहीं कर सकते responsibility. You know, but I would say it is imperative for you to bring the right representation, यार. Like मुझे बड़ी कोफ्त होती है इस चीज़ को लेके कि जैसे आपकी रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमारी सिनेमा में बहुत अजीब सी है Classic example I'll give you. TVF, okay? And they've been doing very good. And their shows are genuinely very good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's fairly engaging and people watch it.
yeah.
And that's exactly why I have the problem that it's made by supposedly IITians who's supposed to be the most educated lot in this country. And every single show of theirs since inception has always had upper caste characters. Not a single lower caste person, not a single Muslim. If you as this educated person cannot take that responsibility and like, you know, some old timer makes a film, I get it. But like आप तो समझो ना यार, आप तो पढ़े लिखे हो, आपने तो IIT क्रैक किया है ना, आपने तो 4 साल की इंजीनियरिंग की है, तो आपको तो समझ में आना चाहिए कि maybe it is not right to show that way. That you call this celebrated TV show of yours called Panchayat, which everybody thinks is the most authentic representation of villages. No, it isn't. You cannot create an entire village where only upper caste names exist.
No, you're right. You know, मैं आपको एक चीज़ ये भी बताऊंगा कि there was, you know, a few years ago, Balram Vishwakarma, who's run Andheri West shit posting,
Yeah.
उन्होंने एक carousel डाला था जिसमें लिखा था कि here's all the Indian web series that have come so far, and उन सबके अंदर जो main characters के नाम थे सारे upper caste थे. And one of the web series was made by me when I was at Yashraj, Bang Baja Bharat.
हाँ.
And that is the first time that I realized only कि I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Why is it that जब हमने बनाई, there was no reason for in that show for everybody to have been upper caste. There is no reason for them to have been, you know, of course, मतलब I think if religion change हो जाता because it was about a marriage, तो हो सकता है context change हो जाता.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, especially if you're progressive people, हमको intercaste दिखाने में इतना नहीं होना चाहिए. At the same time, like वही
Hey, progressive छोड़ो यार, intercaste छोड़ो. I'm just saying about purely talk about the representation of the population. No, you're only taking, you're saying that the less than 10% of the population is the world, is the universe. There is no other person.
ये ना logic बता.
And मुझे वो लोग पूछते हैं, अरे यार तो हर बार क्यों बनाता है दलित फिल्म?
Yeah.
And I want to tell them that I am making films about the 25% of this population of this country, where everybody else is making only 10%. So why aren't you asking them?
Yeah.
So why should I be on the?
No, and you know it's so interesting कि अगर आप जब reservations की बात होती है, जब representation की बात होती है, I always find it very interesting to the fact that people जो statistics हमेशा लाते हैं, अब ये नहीं देखते कि actually हमारी country के अंदर सब, you know, over 50-60% लोग marginalized ही हैं. And if all the powerful places in society have appointees who actually come from, as you said, the 10%. बाकी पूरी सोसाइटी के अंदर जो 90%, 80%, 70% है, उनमें से लोग होने चाहिए ना. वो आपको लॉजिक नहीं दिखता.
See, the thing is, मेरा ये पर्सनल मामला जो मैंने बहुत बार बोला हुआ है, I think reservation is not the right term. Personally, I feel.
Yeah.
Because it's taken as a privilege, it's taken as this undue privilege, it's seen as
No, अमेरिका में तो इसको affirmative action बोलते हैं.
affirmative action, but India
भी
में
अभी-
it will not work.
Yeah.
I feel it should be called representation.
It is, yeah.
That's the correct word because it's exactly what the whole idea is. कि you are only 10%, but you monopolized 90% of institutions.
Yeah.
Academia से लेके मतलब judiciary ले लो आप, कोई भी state apparatus ले लो, सब में आपकी monopoly है 90% से भी ज़्यादा. It's unfair. The scales need to be tipped over, and there has to be some kind of equity. So hence, you need to do these things.
And again, I feel like well-meaning folks, you know, need to take that accountability. After Balram pointed this out, उसके बाद मैंने जो भी लिखा है, जो भी बनाया है, I've been very cognizant of this thing specifically. कि whether it is caste, whether it is religion, you know, I must make sure that there is representation, as you said.
Yeah.
You know, not just diversity, not just inclusion, but representation. Because अगर मैं नहीं कर रहा, if I'm not using my privilege, if I'm not using, you know, my power to be able to do this, you know, again, then what is the point of having this power, right? Especially if I consider myself a well-meaning, well-intentioned human being. But again, you know, I mean, I want to end on, in your films, Neeraj, आपने obviously इतनी सारी चीजें, beautiful चीजें दर्शाई हैं over so many years. There are two questions that I have, you know. that I want to ask you. एक question जो है मेरा, there is a lot of the times when we bring up, this concept of अच्छा animal में violence है, other hyper masculine films के अंदर violence होती है, and that violence is wrong and that violence is, aggressive or hyper masculine. The question comes कि अच्छा gangs of Wasseypur में भी तो violence थी, उस टाइम क्यों नहीं बोला? मिर्जापुर में तो violence उस टाइम क्यों नहीं बोल रहे? Sacred Games में तो violence है, उस टाइम क्यों नहीं बोल रहे? What is the difference in violence? What is violence that is okay to be depicted on screen, and what is violence which is, which we should kind of take a step back and say शायद इसको ऐसे नहीं दिखाना चाहिए?
I mean, this is personal opinion, I feel. मतलब देखो, गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर में अगर कुछ दिखाया है तो इट इज यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ सर्टेन मिलियू, सर्टेन तबका, जहाँ पे दिस काइंड ऑफ वायलेंस इज सपोज टू बी a form of power and control and showboating that I am the next Don. At the same time, I'm not comfortable with that kind of violence because, I feel that if it triggers someone, देखो, you can still make a point about, okay, there's a scene about violence. Unless you show violence, how will you? I feel that it's a savior's point of view. Unless I show violence, how will I? Yes, true, that is true, but like there are ways to show and make you feel the violence.
Give an example, yeah.
Example would be that a woman who is slapped continuously for some time. If I show this person getting beaten constantly, you're going to trigger so many women who's gone through that. Not women, like people going through that.
Absolutely.
It is going to be very triggering. Of course, there will be other people who will be like, kitna bura kiya isne. Of course, that's right. But you are inadvertently also triggering so many people by that behavior. And that takes a long time to heal from. Recently वो film आई थी ना, तेरे इश्क में, उसका ट्रेलर मैंने देखा. That he's carrying this, वो शादी में जा रहा है and like he's carrying and he's almost about to show it like acid. It must be so triggering for so many people. I got triggered myself watching it. It is not even smart, I'm sorry. It's just plain ugly to put that in. Just because toxicity is like cool these days. तो ये मुझे लगता है कि the violence portrayal में it's about like who are you triggering, what are you trying to say, and there are smarter ways to make these things. Like the same scene about hitting. Michael Haneke, this very amazing filmmaker, he's made a film called The White Ribbon. उसमें I had written a review about that film. And उसमें एक scene है where एक छोटे बच्चे को violence. And it's a key scene because it means something. What this scene is so well done. That's exactly where art comes. And this camera follows this little boy. He says, go and get the belt or the whip. The camera follows the kid. And you are like so terrified because this person has went and he knows what is going to happen with the whip. This little cute boy, like he's following and they follow it. And you see his face and you see the dread. And he goes inside, he shuts the door. Camera stays outside. You only hear the beatings. It is so traumatic. It's like you really feel that it's happening, yet you're not triggering it to someone.
Yeah, you're not showing
who's
it.
gone through it.
Yeah.
Because it would trigger if I see the boy beaten up. Because I've gone through that, I would get triggered by that. And I found it so utterly beautiful as a form of like showing that I use that same thing in Masana at the end. Because when Devi goes inside, you don't have to see what's happening. So I think that there are forms where you can show violence. I mean, people are doing it, across the world because you just want to take a quick buck and you want to, it's lazy filmmaking. That you show the actual act of violence to make you uncomfortable. But why are you discounting the fact that many people get triggered by it?
बिल्कुल.
Just to make a brownie point, just to make your point, you can't like, yeah.
We've spoken about so many different things, and I just, again, I find your filmography and the films, there's always a way that you've looked at the world which I find very distinctly you, and it of course comes from your context, comes from the lived experience you've had. I want to know 3 scenes in your filmography that you are very proud of.
दुक्का खत्म नहीं होता.
Explain why.
I was so afraid about that scene, how it will go out. And I suggested, and Vicky agreed instantly, that he could also get drunk in that scene. And I mean, it's in public knowledge. I don't want to go in detail, but like,
विकी ने भी बात की थी उसके बारे में यहाँ पे।
हाँ, तो मतलब वही है कि उस सीन में मतलब आपको फियर रहता है कि यार यू नो मेस अप द मोस्ट पिवटल सीन एंड आई टुक द गैम्बल एंड विकी टोल्ड मी लाइक ही स्लरिंग एंड वो बोल नहीं पा रहा है, वो ऐसे ऐसे करके बोल रहा है, झूम रहा है, ऐसे घूम रहा है वो, एंड ही इज फीलिंग सो रिग्रेटफुल कि यार मैंने ज़्यादा पी ली, मैंने ज़्यादा वो कर लिया, तेरा सीन बर्बाद कर दिया मैंने। तो मैंने आई रियलाइज दैट एवरीबडी इज लुकिंग एट मी, आई रियलाइज आई नीड टू टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ द सिचुएशन एंड आई जस्ट हेल्ड हिज हैंड्स एंड आई टिल्ट हिज आईज लाइक विकी यहाँ देख, मेरी तरफ देख, विकी मैं पहला शॉट ना क्लोज शॉट लगाऊंगा, तुझको जो करना है कर, मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता, मैं किसी तरह उसको मैं काट लूँगा, मैं बाद में वाइट शॉट्स कट अवेज कुछ ले लूँगा, डर मत। और मैंने बोला कि जितना तू दीपक बन गया है ना, तो दीपक बन गया है, तेरे को अभी एक्टिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है, एंड आई ट्रस्ट यू इंस्टिंक्ट्स। तो जो भी करेगा, अगर तेरे को मुझे नहीं पसंद आया मैं डिलीट मार दूंगा, निकाल दूंगा, टेंशन मत ले, और पहला शॉट ही क्लोज है, तो तेरे को कोई एंड आई सेड दिस यूजुअली वी डू इट लाइक टेक अ वाइड एंड यू नो व्हाट, but first shot only I did like a close shot because I knew that this is going to be his thing, and after that and I held the shot, I didn't say cut for a very long time, that really paid off a lot. तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत वो लगता है।
And
and
Vicky had said on the show कि वो उस समय अपनी माँ के बारे में सोच रहे थे। He spoke about how he was thinking about his mom not being there in his life, and that is what got him so worked up, and that is what got him so
I play
emotional.
music a lot for people, and I remember playing Ek Omkar for him.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Music से याद आया कि another scene that would be definitely Homebound का scene that on the bridge. Scene that
The last one.
Yeah. It was, I was dreading it throughout. While writing it, it was very difficult. I had to, like मैं भी अपना एक method direction में भी घुस जाता हूँ to feel it. I literally have playlists for scenes.
Wow.
I have playlists for characters. So I used to listen to music and like go through that and
कौन सा म्यूजिक सुनते थे बस?
like one of the songs which is the philosophical context of this film is Raha Pe Rehte Hain, this song from this film Namkeen.
Okay.
Then there are a lot of BGMs that I play. So Ishan and I were like really dreading this scene, and I was very very nervous. क्या होगा क्या नहीं, and wow, it was terrific to see how Ishan did it, how it unfolded, and he really surprised me. And beach mein, like, you know, like I said, like, we need a more quiver in your voice and ye both, and he just went down the bridge. He just started yelling, and when he came back, his voice was totally gone. And it is so difficult to perform, you know, when you are on that bridge, and also like we're holding traffic. We release, like suddenly, like somebody will cross the frame, and there'll be Nishan selfie, and it's so you out of the zone suddenly. So that scene was something like writing and directing that scene was really one of the most difficult ones that I've ever done.
बहुत ही, I just want to also say बहुत ही, I mean it really moved me. It's moved everyone who's seen it. It is. I think जो weight of that moment was felt by us in the theater. So again, इतना commendable आपने काम किया उसमें.
Thank you. I think 2 is enough. Third one will be from the same film or something like Gili Pucci mein tha, like with Coco. Man, she's an institution.
Cheers.
Working with her is like legendary. Matlab the way she would do those scenes was truly masterclass to work with her.
I'm going to, आपने इतना बता दिया, मैं आपको और तंग नहीं करना चाहता, but I just want to say, Neeraj, before we get into a rapid fire, I just want to say that this has been genuinely my honor, my privilege. I'm so grateful आपने समय निकाला, और मैं ना, again, believe this when I say this, I know how आपको बार बार ये चीज़ें ना दोहरानी पड़ती हैं अपनी ज़िंदगी के अंदर, आपको बार बार ये बातें करनी पड़ती हैं अपनी ज़िंदगी के अंदर, एंड देयर इज़ अ वेरी अनफेयर इमोशनल लेबर दैट इज़ पुट ऑन फोक्स who've gone through trauma in their lives to talk about it when they get into a position like yours, कि जहाँ पर आपके पास प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, जहाँ आपके पास पावर है, बट एंड विच इज़ वाई आई एम enormously grateful कि आपने वापस अपने आप को इस पोजीशन में डाला जहाँ पर
nobody's acknowledged the emotional labor that one goes through it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But again, I must say that जो आप कर रहे हो through your art and the way you're using your voice, you said that you're not an activist, but you're definitely an advocate for a better world.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that in every conversation you're doing. Martin Scorsese के साथ जब आपने explain किया था cast through social distancing, just to kind of, for those who don't know, you said that if you understand social distancing, cast is like social distancing for thousands of years, you know. And what a brilliant way. So to be able to have those positions, to be able to tell legends like him कि ये है, you know, and no better man I would say than you to be able to do this. So again, thank you so much. It means the world to me.
Thank you.
So the first segment is the Man Enough to Care segment. It's presented by Dove Men Plus Care, who are our partners. Who's a man in your life who's created a space safe enough for you, for them to be a man enough to care?
I'm lucky enough to have worked in spaces where men have been considerate. I also enforce creating those spaces, creating diversity, creating respect around spaces. But there have been very strong people, men who are part of it. Varun Grover definitely has been that one person. We both have created those kind of spaces for people to express and for diversity to flourish. Anurag Kashyap has been there. Vikram Motwani, Karan Johar. You know, when we were making Giri Puchi, it was the peak Corona period. And we were afraid about how to create this. And I spoke to Karan about like how to go about this and also I said that, you know, there are my certain parameters that 50% women, whatever. And he made everything possible. I mean, he went on to so much extent that I think, you know, the hotel near airport. So he created a bubble. So we all of us stayed there, prep and shoot. Matlab, not entire prep, but like 3-4 days prior. And this space was like created to, ek to health wise, and also to feel like one family together. So that space was like, you know, not every person will agree for that. You know, it's not easy to, and that too specifically for a short film. So I guess that is somewhere that I felt like really, and also like even in Homebound when I did, like I had a lot of these ideas about trying to create a family and absolutely freedom to do that. Like I insist on every crew member to stay in the same hotel. And we did. All of us stayed in one hotel, even in Masan, even in Homebound, including Janvi, all of us. So that really is that I think it comes from top down, that feeling of like,
Typically, producers, I mean, they are. I've obviously known a lot of kind producers, but I agree. I think Karan's been given shout outs on this show multiple times. और उन्होंने किया है. I mean, he is.
no, I think you know, that's another vestige of this masculinity, how, like, you see that how much he gets trolled and how any smallest thing is accentuated to another level. But nobody talks about the good that he does. Like, I feel very unfair, you know, honestly. Like, this Nepo tag that he's got, nobody looks at, like, he's brought in so many directors into the industry first. Secondly, okay, just last year, I'm just saying the biggest studio making 2 films on Dalit narratives,
Yeah.
on feminist narratives,
Yeah.
and
Dhadak 2
supposedly indie, and giving it all, and standing by it through and through. Yet people will not give him that credit.
No, I'm with you. I think even Dhadak 2 was an incredible film, and Homeburn, of course. And I do agree, he's been super kind to us. मैंने पहले भी episode में बोला है. He's also been on the show, and he's always kind of been really one of those few people who can say who's actually a message away when we need. Because when he shows care, he really goes out of his way to do it. So absolutely agree with you. But because you mentioned Varun, I just want to ask one question. Given that आपने पहले भी बताया कि Varun did not know कि जब मसान आप लिख रहे थे, he didn't actually know your cast. जब उनको पता चला, how did he create a space for you where you felt like, you know, this is what friends should be?
It was a one-on-one talk, and obviously felt very gutted that what I went through, and like how I was trying to tell him that it's not your fault, that it's not like you've not created a space. It's just my fears that I could not have spoken to anyone about it. And then slowly there has been like him and a lot of my other friends, Svetlana and Somen and all of these friends have been fairly very encouraging enough for me to like open up and read up on things and like give me perspective on my own understanding of caste. Because you are so much in hiding that you do not want to engage in any material. So my engagement with caste materials also happened after my friends have started helping me, who are all Savarna.
Wow. That's incredible. Thank you, Neeraj.
Thank you.
Our second segment is this really sweet segment. It's called kind shoutouts. मैं कुछ statements पढ़ूंगा. Whoever is a man that comes to your mind when you hear these statements, please give them a shout out. Tell us a line about why you're taking the name. The man who has taught you the most about storytelling.
Anurag Kashyap. I'm not saying about stories that he's made and how to be genuine to your thing and not get swayed by technique. And like those things I've genuinely like appreciate Anurag.
The man who's shown masculinity the best on screen or the most sensitively on screen.
I don't know why Piku comes to my mind. I just don't know. The roles are so smartly interwoven and there is no gendered approach to the whole thing.
The actor who has portrayed masculinity most sensitively on screen.
Jaideep Ahlawat. I don't know why. Like I adore him so much.
I love him.
I think the way he portrays his masculinity is so genuine.
Is there a specific performance of his that?
All of it. I think, of course, Patal Lok, that scene is seminal. The way Avinash Arun directed it also such a brilliant scene.
Which one?
Like the one where in Patal Lok, where he comes out and like the way he reacts is also so, and it's not very token, It's not like suddenly he'll be like no, but it's like even so that's done so well balanced, That's exactly why it's amazing.
Yeah, I think the coming out scene in that. I think one of the सबने बात की उसके बारे में. It was so sensitively handled by Avinash. But again, as you said, the reaction also of Jaideep was just incredible. What an actor! The man who gives you the warmest hugs.
Anurag Kashyap, strangely. And Karan Johar. Actually Anurag and Karan are so alike.
Really?
Like, trust me, the worlds are apart, I guess. But like I'm saying, fundamentally they are so alike in terms of like how they are so much into mentoring, so much into mentorhood, and their hearts are so much in right places.
Yeah.
And so caring and like I think, and I've said this to both of them quite a lot of times.
No, I also do. In fact, matlab, I know AK sir since much longer than I know Karan, but both of them have absolutely, as you said, I think just gone out of the way.
Actually, strangely, the thing is that the moments that I've hugged have always ended up in crying. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, because I remember once, like on Gangster Wasipur set, like Anurag, I had to leave the set for like few days because my dad was unwell and I was like terrified and I didn't want to leave the set. I was like, no, I'm not going because I'm obsessed, workaholic, whatever. And he just like pushed me and like hugged me and I broke down like and he said, if you go, your father will heal better.
Wow.
So I went there. And Karan again, like I think I don't know why, like I hugged him and like broke down heavily.
Wow.
Yeah.
A man who's a great listener.
Varun Grover.
Varun Grover.
Yeah.
What does he do to make you feel listened to?
I think I've not seen anyone else be such a good listener. Like I am in front of him, I am a terrible listener. Because this, some people who come from trauma, there's also this response where you want to instantly come up with a solution and someone is opening up to you. And it's toxic, it's not good. Instantly you want to heal things, like instantly you want to come up with solutions for this person. But he will sit and listen.
Wow.
And not comment and not like find the need to give you a solution.
Beautiful.
That is amazing.
A man whose mind fascinates you.
In Vikram Motwani.
Right?
He's such a terrific craft master.
Yeah.
I think there are few filmmakers that I really feel that are true filmmakers in that sense, like David Fincher level, like who excel in every department.
Yeah.
Then like not many people know about Vikram's talents. Like he's amazing.
He is.
Like he can shoot better than many DPs right now.
Yeah.
He can edit better than many editors right now. At a period actually he edited Gangs because Anurag said, I want to make a cut. He did not use a mouse. Yeah. So what fascinates me is that like he, everything that he creates is so different from the previous thing.
I agree. Fully agree.
And with such
authority,
craftsmanship.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he's mostly silent. Yeah.
The man who pays you the best compliments.
think Karan Johar.
Yeah.
I have to make him stop. Like, yeah.
What has been the best compliment he's given you?
It's not best, but I think I like the sincerity in the way he does it. That he's like, Neeraj, you have not come to me. I have come to you. I want to make your kind of films.
That's sweet.
So,
The man who has given you the best advice.
Jaideep Verma, this filmmaker, he had once told me that passion is finite.
I remember reading that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great as advice. A young man whose work you really admire.
I think my DA Bad Sheikh, I think he's going to be really good. His astute knowledge, his bent on research and his creativity, and genuinely, I think he's such a great vibe to work with. I think he'll go places.
The man you're most indebted to in your cinematic career.
Mr. Martin Scorsese. It's not about him being the greatest filmmaker alive. It's about being that greatest filmmaker and yet working on the script with me, okay, back and forth, working on the edit, and during the Cannes release. And now, because in the French release, he himself said that I'll put up another post.
Wow.
All of this, non-monetary engagement. Why? Because he loves the film. That only a secure man can do it.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Our final segment is a segment called Men Complimenting Men. We end every episode with trying to put a smile on the face of the guest. हमने कुछ compliments निकाले हैं that have come from men online who have paid these compliments to you.
Oh, to me? Okay.
To you, yeah, of course. Please read them out and react to them.
Shahrukh Khan. Homebound is gentle, honest, and soulful. Lots of love and big hugs to the phenomenal team for creating something so human and engaging. You have won hearts world over by making something truly special. Again, this generosity is like, what a man, yeah. Really, no words.
When you first read this, what was your reaction?
I was like refreshing and checking if it's like, is it for real? And also, you know, like he doesn't. It's not again like fashioning.
Yeah.
He means it. Like I hung out with him at a lounge, and he will go on talking, and like he will not like. I mean, I can't believe this. Like every industry person talks about his generosity.
Yeah.
This man just explained to Martin Scorsese what annihilation of caste and Dr. Ambedkar mean to modern India and its very foundations. Suchaita has tweeted this, and to which Siddhant Nawar has said, what a man, and I'm not even talking about Scorsese. Oh, wow. थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया, but ठीक है.
No, but I mean, again, as I said, the way you explained to Martin Scorsese, incredible.
And this idea came to me like in the morning before we met him.
Did he already know about Ambedkar?
I actually wrote him a letter, a long letter about why I want to make this film and why he should come on board. And it was called To Serve with Love.
Wow.
This is Dulhan Machis. He said, Neeraj Ghewan ji, आपने grief में PhD करी है क्या? Actually, this became pretty popular. I think a lot of people come and tell me. Yeah, it is. I think, like I said, empathy. Oh, lovely, Mari Selvaraj. I watched Homebound and director Neeraj. I must say, from the far southern edge of this nation, I embrace you with warmth. His reaction to the film really moved me.
Wow.
You know, in one of the, I don't know if it's out there, like I saw one of the talk shows, like he broke down in the talk show talking about Homebound. And he said that it took him days to get over and recover from the film. And like I recently met him at the Honor show. And like, you know, it's this brotherhood and this bonhomie that we share. It's like, it's so empowering, you know, actually reading it, I felt so like there are people out there and who are my brethren.
Absolutely. And his films are just absolutely incredible. Bison was
Amazing, like the best film.
must watch for those who haven't seen it.
Penguin, his name is. अच्छा लगता है देख के कि हम में से कोई वहाँ तक पहुँच गया है उन ऊंचाइयों तक जिनका हम सोच नहीं सकते. Okay, I hear you. That is the reason also like why it is like I want to be an artist, at the same time I feel the responsibility having to make films about marginalized identities is that it makes so many people be seen and heard vicariously through me. So
Beautiful. One last.
The last one is by Prakash Ambedkar, sir. I absolutely love the assertion, defiance, and resistance of the Dalit woman character Pallavi. For those Vanchits and Bahujans who have watched this episode, assert your identity, and only then you gain political prominence. As Pallavi puts it, everything's about the politics. Jai Bhim. I mean, this can't be explained. It just amazing. Like,
And they talk about Made in Heaven, of course.
yeah, the episode.
And to have it come from the Ambedkar family, I mean, can you
Yeah.
imagine?
And you know, there's a strange thing like this tweet car thing. I put out like about the bride walks in the water.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about why did I do it? And I realized there's a subconscious connection with it.
Mm.
That how the Mahar Satyagraha was about Ambedkar wanting, and they go into water to drink. There's a big Satyagraha. And there's an image of that,
Wow.
which is very similar to what Pallavi walks in the water.
Wow.
So,
I mean, no better way to end this episode than by talking about the Dr. Ambedkar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Neeraj. You have been just really, absolutely one of the most outstanding conversations I've had on this show. I am deeply honored. And I really, really hope आप बहुत ही आपकी अगली पिक्चर में 10 साल ना लगे. Please
बिल्कुल.
जल्दी बनाइए पिक्चर.
definitely.
And I really hope the world gets to see more of your art because the world really needs it. We'll end by giving you a little hamper. We have this lovely hamper by our partners, Dove Men Plus Care. One of the things that I really love in it is this a book. It's called a Man 2.0 Dictionary.
oh, nice. This is
And
quite amazing.
this is actually really well written. I mean, I've gone through it, and the way that they've explained, with the compassion they've explained, I think this is a must read for every
Nice.
man, even those who already have an understanding of sensitive like you. And this is like a small thing from us,
Oh,
which
wow.
has a picture that hopefully you will.
Thank you.
This
Thank
picture
you. This
is.
means a lot to me. Thank you.
I mean, we love this picture so much. We
Thank
needed to
you.
frame it for you.
Thank you. This is really sweet, guys.
We end every episode by asking for a hug. Can I please have a hug from you?
Yes. Of course.
Thank you so much. Thank you. If you love this conversation with the incredible Neeraj Gavan, please do like, share, and subscribe to We Are Yuva on all social media platforms. And do watch We Are Man यार. Hopefully आपको पसंद आए, आप कुछ सीखें, कुछ टेक अवे कर जाएं इन कॉन्वर्सेशन से.